Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and I'm here with another Pauper League, and I'm going to be playing Red-Green Ponza-less today, and I'm pretty excited to get into this league, but before I get into the deck and the games, let me say my channel is youtube.com/snapbolt. There's a link in the description below to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it if you do. Could also throw a like on this video. Thank you so much. But you can also just go to my channel again, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go check it out. Lots of great Pauper content on there, tons of videos. So daily uploads, tons of recent stuff. Go check it out. Tier 1 decks, brews, everything. And I build a lot of my own decks. So pretty fun. And let's just get right into this. Thanks so much. Okay. Now, this is just red-green Ponza-less. It's just like a red-green Ponza shell, but no actual land destruction. Instead, we're more of like actually a JUND deck with like a faster and more explosive like ramp package and Arboreal Sprawl Wild Growth. But then we're just playing all the classic JUND cards of Visionary, Packmate, Boarding Party, Dino, Pulse, Bonder's Ornament. So that's basically like the JUND shell with the explosive mana ramp package and then just bolts for removal. And then I just threw in a crusher as like another top end finisher, which I think is actually going to be better than it looks. Um, but yeah, I haven't been too impressed with like Manvuli Asimos or the other cards, so just ended up cutting them and just playing all the value, just kind of like Jund and triple Pulse Marasa, so we can even fight against decks like Jund with like the value game. We also get to play 4 Dino because we play more mana and faster explosive mana ramp, so Dino becomes a lot better. I mean, Dino becomes better because we can play it faster and more consistently, but we also cascade into these one drops sometimes, which is the downside. But look, we can really go 1 into 3 a lot of times with this deck. So we can come out of the gates pretty quick. I have no tapped dual lands, just all forest, 2 mountains, and then 4 Ash Barrens as a mana base. Could go down on Ash Barrens because we have Sprawl and Bonder's Ornament as red sources as well. Um, but especially post board when you want to draw like your Pyroblasts or Cannonades, I think it's worth it. Also threw a couple Penumbra Spiders in the board for the Fey matchup to make it even better. You have 2 Blow Your House Down for defenders, which I think is the worst matchup for this deck because we can't really interact with what they're doing that well. And they have blockers for our stuff. They can buy time. And even if we had land destruction, they don't care about that. So we just have to really come out of the gate swinging with like fast boarding parties in that matchup, and then maybe a blow your house down to just really like knock them down before we can like present lethal. But anyway, that's the deck. Most people know red green land destruction or Ponza. This is red green Ponza-less, and I actually like it more than the land destruction versions. So pretty excited. Let's just go round one. See you there. All right, welcome to round one. We're against Is It Necessary, who has been a really nice opponent when I played them before. So good to see them again. And we're gonna mulligan this 0 land hand. Easy mulligan. I even almost went down to 19 lands when I was just like touching up the deck, but I chose to leave it at 20. They're on the play. I don't know if they're thinking or if they're typing something or yeah, they mulliganed. We're gonna mulligan. Uh, yeah, they say you too. Yeah, they're really nice. I think I'm going to 5. It's just too risky. Yeah, if I draw a land, this hand can function, but otherwise it just likely doesn't function, especially if they kill this Arboreal. I mean, they're on the play. Let's just go 5. Oh, this is brutal. I'm going to keep. So I think I'm putting back Boarding Party Lightning Bolt and keeping all my draw and mana. I think that's worth. I'm actually going to lead turn 1 Arboreal up here, because if I draw another land, it's really good. Oh, it's Stompy? Okay. I'm definitely leading Arbor, and we just drew an 8 drop. So it's not ideal, considering we kept a 1 land, 5 card hand. I haven't. Most people don't play with these forests online. Interesting. Wow, and they're going deep on this Vault Scourge art too. So this sucks. I mean, we're gonna die here because I didn't draw a land, so I can't actually cast 2 spells here. So I'm gonna be taking 5. Next turn I can cast a Visionary, but that's just might be a little bit too slow. We're on the draw on a bad 5, so this is gonna be rough. Okay, they just probably just drew a Burning Tree into Riverboa though. Okay, there's land. Just one turn too late there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't quite boarding party yet. So let's go Visionary. Just pass the turn. So I just trade for something, take 1,000,000. I do have to trade for something here. I can't just take, what, 9? I guess I just trade for Skargan. I don't think I can block Riverbow. I need the mana. I need to be able to like cast this boarding party and then, I don't know, hit something good like a pack mate. I don't know if this matchup is honestly that terrible for us. They're a little bit faster in general, but if we're able to survive the early game, we might be able to do something. So I can play 2 Visionaries, or I can just play Boarding Party. It's actually pretty close. I mean, playing 2 Visionaries is not bad. Because if I hit an Arbor Oath or Utopia Sprawl or Wild Growth, it's pretty bad. If I play double Visionary and I go block, block, I'm taking 4 down to 3. I actually like that better, I think. I'm going to do it. Because I don't have like a bad hit here. Okay, so now I go Wild Growth here. I'm probably going to die to their flyers, but I think I am supposed to do this. So I can play a Crusher next turn, and it's just not going to be good enough. So I'm going to 3, and I'm probably just dying to a Vines here. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that was fine. Considering we were on 5, we didn't really function that well, and we still had a chance. It made me feel decent about the game. Definitely want Cannonades. I'm just going to leave an Arbor as well, I think. I don't think I want Penumbra Spider. Yeah, I can block Vault Surge, and it's kind of annoying for them. Maybe I do want it. Pulse Marasa seems kind of clunky, but actually does seem pretty strong when it works. Weather the Storm is also just not that bad at buying time, because we're just like the much bigger mid-range deck here. Wonder if I want Weather the Storm. It seems funny, but I kind of think I do. Because I'm just trying to JUND them, basically. I don't know if you see my last video, but I played JUND, and it did not go exactly as well as I wanted it to. Because Weather the Storm I can always cast, but Pulse, sometimes I won't have a target for it. It's just a little clunky, especially 3 copies. Crusher, I think, can come out because it costs 8 mana. Can even board out 1 Dino. And I could board out another Pulse and just go with the Weather the Storms for my life gain. I mean, maybe Weather the Storm is not great. I could just board in 1 Weather. Could also board out a second Dino. I think that's not actually that bad in this matchup. I could just board out 1 Pulse, 1 Crusher for these 2, but I think I like this board plan actually. It seems weird, but I'm going to go for it. Just kind of going by feel at this point. His hand is just not very good. I have a turn 2 Ornament. I just don't think I can mulligan that. I have turn 2 Ornament plus cycle Ash Barrens. I have like pretty explosive mana. I can always pulse back an Ash Barrens to buy some time. All right. I mean, obviously drawing Boarding Party was great. Still a little ways off casting it, but not too far. They attack for 2, play some. I thought they were going to play Pit Skulks. They might play 1 as well. Yep. Okay, let's cycle. Can I draw Cannonade 1 time? I can go, if I draw Cannonade, I can go Bonder's Ornament into Cannonade here. One time? No. Alright, well, why don't I just go play the mountain that they know about, play a Bonder's Ornament, and then I'll just plan to pulse back this Ash Barrens like at the end of their turn just to gain 6, and then I'll just play a boarding party. But I'm in trouble. I still can hit Cannonade at some point, but yeah, this is not looking great. I can like fog this turn with this pulse. Oh, please Cannonade one time. They're just going in. I'm definitely going to pulse here. Okay, so I go back up to 18. Nice. Another boarding party is actually good. Let's just play Forest, 5, 6, boarding party into Visionary. It's actually not terrible. I get 2 bodies. If they have a Savage Swipe, it's not even that bad. I guess they can Savage Swipe, kill boarding party, but then they trade their creature as well. I'm just gonna hold back. And then I can just play another boarding party next turn. I mean, that was only turn 4. They have 3 cards left. I have 3 cards in hand, but 2 of them are lands. But this kind of counts as 2 cards, right? We just don't know what the other card is yet. Could be a Packmate. Could be a Bolt. Could be a Cannonade, but it could also be a Wild Growth. So, not going to attack for sure. Cannonade one time. They're just attacking? Interesting. I guess they're going to Vines or something? It's not even good. Maybe they're just attacking because they have to attack? Yeah, let's block like this. Leave the Nettles there. Oh, Gut Shot. Okay, so they're just going to 2-for-1 themselves. I mean, that's good considering I have another boarding party. They clicked on another spell in their hand. So they might... Oh, they just tried to play a Vault Scourge. Okay, I see. Let's get another mountain. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. I think I can sprawl up the same land. I don't really see any downside to that here. Let's go play mountain. Play sprawl, name red. 3, 4, 5, 6. Boarding party. And there's the Wild Growth. Not great. Boarding party is still a 6-3, so I'm at 14. They have 1 card in hand. I have a 6-3. They need to play a green spell every turn to untap these as well. They do have an Elephant Guide. On there, they make a Baneslayer. They make like a mini Baneslayer Angel, basically. Go to 10. They go to 20. I can start drawing cards with these ornaments as well here. This game is not over. Bolt. A little bit too late, Bolt. I'll draw. Okay, there's Weather the Storm. It's actually pretty good at buying time here. It's looking solid. I'm going to play land and pass. Hopefully they play a spell, and then I can Weather the Storm, gain 9. I need to win the long game here, so I'm not concerned about racing at all. Are they going to attack with all? I think I'm going to go for Lightning Bolt on their Nettle. I guess they could have Vines. They're going for Vines here. All right, so I go Bolt this. Do they have second Vines? Doesn't look like it. So I'll let this resolve, and then before damage, I'll just go Weather the Storm. Wait, let's see. I'm getting hit for 8. So I'll just Weather end of turn, because there's no way I can die unless they play another spell. Okay, let's go to 2, then weather gain 9. Nice. So just that's why I waited on the weather. Now weather gain 12. Buys me a couple turns. Arbor Elf. Draw. There's Bonders. I don't need to play the other Bonders yet. I'm just going to play Arbor Elf and then draw with my Bonders at the end of their turn. I guess I can attack at this point. I don't want to have to block Burning Tree with this, though. I guess I just wait on attacking. Because they're at so much life and they're gaining an additional 4 every turn. I'll just wait. And now with this Arbor Elf, I actually have a lot of mana to draw extra cards with these Bonders. Because I have all my enchant lands on one land here. I'm actually looking reasonable. That Weather the Storm was insane. Is it necessary playing Stompy? It's kind of unexpected. From Is It Necessary? There's a Wild Growth. There's a Cannonade. Doesn't actually work yet. So let's go draw. Arbor Elf. Just growth here. Untap. Draw. Packmate. Packmate is good. Let's cast Packmate. And then now I am going to attack. I'll attack and then play an Arbor Elf. I know I have Cannonade, but I still think it's worth it to play out these elves. See what they got. I think the dog's coming to say goodnight. Here, come here, bud. Oh. He ran for it. I tried to pick him up to show him off, and he ran for it. So, okay, they went Savage Swipe when I was trying to pick up the dog, Burning Tree fighting my Packmate, but now I can just chump this. They could have fought with Vault Scourge. Oh, they have second Savage Swipe? They do, so I get hit down to 2. That was brutally bad for me. Okay. Didn't have Cannonade available. That sucked. I need to find a dino here. So let's go cast. I felt like I gave myself a good chance. I can also find Bolt. Okay, nice, nice. So I do have an out here because they have 0 cards in hand. Oh, they do have this Elephant Guide. Okay, this is fine because I can go. I can attack, and then on their upkeep, I can bolt this, and then I can Cannonade, and then Elephant Guide will trigger, but their thing will have Summoning Sickness, and then I can at least play Arbor Elf to block it. So I'm not dead. So I don't obviously play Arbor Elf. I'm wondering if I just play this Bonders. Let's see, I can untap this. I'm just thinking if I should use this mana. I can untap this. That's 4, 5 mana, 10 mana, and double Bonders. So even if I play Bonders, then I have to play both of these. I think I am just going to play Bonders here. So let's play this. Oh, my Packmate will also... Oh, my Packmate and my boarding party actually survive. I thought they died for some reason. I was thinking a double Cannonade earlier, but I don't actually have to do that. So I'm actually in really good shape now. So now I just go attack with boarding party because I'm safe to do so. I guess I could have gone Cannonade now and then Bolt now so they can't block this boarding party, but they don't block it anyway. Okay, so then on their upkeep, I untap, then I cannonade plus bolt. Yeah, I think I'm in a good position here. That I found the bolt. Because I can start drawing insane amounts of cards. Let's untap. Then let's go cannonade. Then lightning bolt this. And then draw a card with ornament. And pass. Oh, Elephant Guide, they make a 6/6. I mean, that's fine. Let's go Packmate. Just leave green floating. Let's go land. They just concede. I mean, yeah, our board position was pretty good there. Wow, so Weather the Storm was clutch in that game. It does make me kind of want to bring in the second one because I think we win the late game. So as long as we don't die, we should win. I mean, there's a limit to how much life gain we really want, but gain 9 is sometimes going to just be like a double fog here. I can just see Weather the Storm just being better than Pulse and Marasa because it's not that often where we're going to be like trading off our things that we need to get back and then replay. It's like we just want to gain 9 or 12 like we did. So I think I like it like this. Even though Crusher can be reasonable, Dino can be reasonable, it's just the expensive cards in the deck, and I just don't want to die. I just want to be able to survive. So I should have boarded like this, I think, the first time, because if you don't have a target as well for Pulse and Marasa, it's pretty bad. I'm going to keep this. It's kind of sketchy, but I think it's a keep. I'm just going to lead Wild Growth here. So they have a Burning Tree draw most likely. They snap kept 7, and they didn't play a 1-drop. Nothing shocking here. Okay, double Burning Tree into nothing. So I think to play it safe, I can just bolt 1 and then double sprawl my forest. I can bolt 1 right now, I mean. Yeah, I like that line. Just buys me time. I have to sprawl this same land. I don't have a choice about it. I think I'll name red and green. I could name red, red, and I have green, green, red, red, red. Rather than have green, 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 red, red. So if they have like some way to mess with my land or like land plus creature into Gleeful Sabotage. Wow, they kept a sketchy hand? Weird. They snap kept 7. Maybe they had good outs of like having an insane Burning Tree draw if they just drew anything and they just didn't. But I'm just gonna Packmate here. Wait on this cannonade. Okay. We're 1 mana off these dinos. We have 17 lands left in the deck. 17 out of 49. What's our percentage? 34.7% per draw step. Not bad. And it gets better every draw step. We would need a hypergeometric calculator to calculate it over multiple turns. I can't really do that well in my head, but I have an idea. Again, we know we have close to a 40% per draw step to draw an untapped land because all of our lands are untapped. Savage Slave? No. Wow, just nothing. I have this as well. I think I can just go Packmate. I'm not in a rush to candidate here. Yeah, I'd be fine, but I think I'm fine just to also draw a card. If I draw a land, it's good. I still have cannonade up. I can continue to stack them all. Is there anything out of mono green that can kill a land? I think it's worth it just to separate. I don't think it's going to come down to a late game scenario where I need extra mana. They could actually attack here, but then they can just double block, trade for one. I'm just not going to attack. I just want the game to go as long as possible here. I can Dino next turn, and then attack with both pack mates. They may have like multiple Hunger of the Howl packs in hand. I'm just trying to decide like what they can have. Is this a double Savage Swipe turn? Kill both my pack mates, or like Savage Swipe into Hunger. That's what it feels like. It feels like they're gonna. Okay, they're going Hunger. Make a 7/7. Why'd they attack with this? Did they just mess up? Oh, they're gonna gut shot my wolf? Oh, they probably have gut shot. They probably have gut shot. Okay. They do have a 7/7 here now. I think I'm going to 11 and then just playing Dino. Make them gut shot. They don't have it? That was weird. Dino into boarding party. Don't mind if I do. Into wild growth. Sure. So it's just a 5/5. Can I attack with both? Attack for 9? Is that a little bit greedy? Could I die to something? What if they go land, Vines of Vastwood, Savage Swipe? I don't die to that. Hitting for 9, they get hit down to 11. I could also just not attack with Packmate to be safe, just play the long game. I honestly think that's better. I'm not going to kill them next turn, most likely, anyway. So I think just like playing it safe, make sure I don't die is the best line. I have 8 mana. I think I just go Dino. I guess I don't need to tap that. Then I can just attack with Dino plus boarding party here. Yep, got him. Nice. Red-green mid-range gets the job done against mono-green. Nice. Let's go round 2. I'll see you there. All right, welcome to round 2 here. Gonna snap keep this. We're against GM AO MTG, Mao MTG. Hey buddy, good luck. Don't know if I know this opponent, but they're really nice. I like to lead Wild Growth in general because you want your green sources early to play more green spells. It's not that relevant, but I think it is better. Island Forest? What is this? Is this some brew? I mean, it must be. Island Forest. Is it that deck with I feel like I should separate out my sprawls. I know everyone tells me to put them on the same land, but I like separating them out, honestly. Let's go sprawl here. Oh, I guess I should just sprawl. Oh, they're just F6'd? Name red, sprawl here, name red. Could play Visionary or Bonders. I mean, they're F6. I'm just going to resolve this. They just were F6'd? Why would you F6? Visionary? Oh, it's like a blue-green value deck maybe, and they just had a slow draw. We just come out of the gates blazing. Okay, so I'm just gonna play land. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I can go tap these 3, sprawl here. I have green, 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 red, red, red. So I guess I name red because I'm gonna draw more green sources. 5, 6 mana, boarding party, into Bolt, into Visionary, not going to complain. They might just be some combo deck with Llanowar Visionary, like some Flicker combo deck. I think that's probably what they're on, if I had to guess. Another Visionary here, yeah. And they're missing a land drop. That's brutal for them. Dino? Don't mind if I do. Into boarding party? Wow, we're just getting the hits this league. Into Visionary? That's a good one. That is really nice. Then I'll just play a Wild Growth. Double block, sure. I mean, they're gonna have to do something pretty insane next turn to be able to come back from this. Could have separated that one out too, but I think it's fine. This deck is feeling good. An opponent didn't really do anything. What deck is blue-green and plays Visionary? Didn't have a fast start. I feel like it could be Familiars, like some type of Bant Familiars deck that plays Llanowar Visionary, because I've seen that before. Like, they played Island Island. I think I'm just going to side in Pyroblast. They have to have blue spells. What do I side out? They might not be killing my stuff that much. I could side out like all my pulses. Seems weird, but my stuff might not be going to the graveyard that much at all. They could be like a blue-green mid-range deck with Mole Drifter, Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl, and like Land Destruction. That would obviously be a bad matchup for us because Land Destruction is actually pretty good in the mirror here, but I think I'll just kind of play it quote-unquote safe and just board like this. So we'll see. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to keep. This hand looks a little sketchy, but if we draw lands, it's good. If we draw spells, we can likely cast them. If we draw like a Wild Growth Utopia Sprawl, oh, Swamp. Okay, now I just don't know. Is it just bug midrange? Doomblade. I've never seen this Doomblade art ever. What's that from? Magic Online thing? I mean, it's actually kind of sick art. All right, so now I'm just gonna go. I guess I could just go Mountain Foretell. If it's just like a Sultai value deck, I think our matchup's not terrible. Bonders, okay. Just gonna go Visionary to be mana efficient here. Also ramps me. Bonders is obviously going to be good in this mirror, so I'm sure they have Mole Drifter. Now I wish I had Pulse Marasa, but I thought they were a different deck. Oh, do they have Ephemerate? Are they 5-color? No. They're just trying to draw lands? Yeah, they're just bug. They're just bug. They're just like Sultai value. Okay, this is interesting. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 mana. I actually don't even really care about cycling this Ash Barrens. I mean, I could, but I just don't know if it actually matters for me because I have a red source and I have like plenty of green sources. So I could just play Visionary plus Packmate here. But what I could also do is cycle Ash Barrens for Forest and then play Visionary plus Arbor Elf. And then I can start playing like Dinos guaranteed. It's pretty close. I mean, Visionary plus Packmate puts the most pressure down right now. And if I do that, I go land, Visionary. Worst case, I can still boarding party next turn. I think I like that best, honestly. I'm going to do it. I don't know 100% that this is the best line, but I like it. I also get to draw a card and then draw a card. And I put a ton of power on board. I just get ahead, I think. So I kind of like it. And I still have the possibility of casting Dino next turn. Okay, now I don't actually have double red for this, so that is actually an issue, but oh, this could be a deck. I've seen this, and they play like Dinrova Horror. They're just casting a Mole Drifter, sure. Mole Drifter is good in these types of decks. It's a reasonable splash for like our build as well, just to play Mole Drifters in addition. Just have like insane value snuff out, sure. So 4, 5, 6 mana. I think I'm just tapping out for boarding party. Let's go. Pyroblast. Let's destroy target permanent if it's blue. Then attack for 9. their deck is like more clunky than ours, but like it does have like a lot of inherent power because all of its cards are strong. But our deck is just much more streamlined. Another Doomblade. Why aren't they playing Cast Down? I think that just are they playing 4 Cast Down and a certain number of Doomblades? Yeah, okay. Maybe they're just playing like 8 Cast Downs or like 8 Essential Doomblades or Sideboard Doomblades or something. I could see that. Okay, I can't actually cast anything this turn because they keep killing Visionary. So they're smart on taking me down on mana, but I'm probably going to be able to get there at some point. 4, 5, 6. So 7. So I can draw a land, or if my Arbor Elf survives, I get to Dino next turn, and I have Pyroblast up here. And triple Dino in hand is just exactly where I want to be. Are they going to Dino? Oh, well. It's like the easiest Pyroblast I've ever seen. These Pyroblasts just kind of got lucky that they worked out so well. They're at 4. I could attack with both, but I think honestly just casting Dino is better. I don't really know, but I'm going to go for this. Can also hit a bolt here. I just think it's like the better value play. And I don't want to like have them play a removal spell and then somehow come back in this game. By doing this, I feel like it's going to be really tough for them to come back. Yeah. Because now they have to answer everything. Whereas if I just attacked and they answered this, they go to 3, and then I don't get to do anything else this turn. I know it's tempting to go for lethal there, and maybe it would have been better, but I think playing Dino is actually the line. Maybe attack first would be the line, but I think I like how I played it. Okay, are they just dead? Just cast another Dino, I suppose. Oops. Because we could hit a bolt or a haster. So I think it's better to do this now. Might as well just tap correctly. Maybe they have fog or weather or something, but weather the storm? Yeah, they do have fog. Wow. So they can fog again next turn. I mean, I still do have 4 bolts in my deck. They've already played 3 Muldrifters, which is one of the scariest cards they could play. Dinrova Horrors. Actually, I should keep a land in my hand in case they have Dinrova Horror. Azure Fleet Admiral. Okay, so they're like Azure Fleet Admiral plus Fogs. Interesting. Still going to be tough for them here, I think. Suppose I can just cycle. I haven't really like counted my mana or anything here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boarding party into Bolt. Into Bonders. I'll take it. I'll just play a Visionary here. I could draw a Bolt. I guess they could have Pestilence, so maybe I'm just playing incorrectly by playing all this out, but they can't really Pestilence at 1 life anyway. I guess I just attack with all. I could leave like a Dino back. I don't know if I need to. I just want to force them to have to Moment's Peace, which I'm sure they will. I'm pretty sure they have Dinrova Horror, because I've faced decks like this in the past that generally do, but the Doomblade, the multiple Doomblades is kind of throwing me off. Maybe it's just a brew. They're just trying to Jund, but instead of being red, they're just being blue from Muldrifter mostly. Which makes sense. Pulse Marasa back, Muldrifter, cast Muldrifter. I mean, I have like so much power in play now. If they don't find another Moment's Peace, this is not going to do it. Which I don't know how many moments peace they can actually have, but maybe they do. Just gonna send with all, snuff out for life, and then bog me. Sure. Actually sided out my pulses because I just didn't know the matchup, which is pretty funny. Pulse being like a really, really strong card in the matchup. Oh wow, they're attacking with all? Guess I'm gonna block. I could have left one dino back. Interesting, interesting. So just start by wild growth here. I guess I don't want to draw because then they draw as well. I'll just start by attacking, presenting lethal. Just hold one dino back. So if they block anything, they have to Moment's Peace here to survive. For sure. Even if they have like a Doom Blade. They have another Moment's Peace? Wow. They're kind of doing the thing. I'm going to go for each of us drawing to try to find Lightning Bolt. So if I find Bolt now, they lose. Nice. Got there. Sweet. 2-0. That was a cool deck from the opponent though. Looked fun. Go round 3. 2-0. Nice. All right, welcome to round 3. We're against Pauper-less MTM. I'll keep this hand. We only have one land, but I might be able to foretell some packmates here, get them going. I can turn 1 Arbor, turn 2 Wild Growth, and foretell packmate even just on 1 land here. So as long as this doesn't die right away, I should be fine. Oh, it's Tron, and we don't have any land destruction? Not ideal. There's Bolt. Okay, it's not a land. I don't even have any land destruction in the sideboard. So just going all in basically here. Did not want to face this matchup. Okay, land is reasonable. Just cast a packmate from foretell. There's Wild Growth. All right, let's go land, Wild Growth here. We don't have any mana fixing, which is kind of rare, but it happens. Foretell. And that was still, I guess that was our turn 3. So yeah, it's not going that well here. If I find Ash Barrens, Mountain, those are going to be really good draws. They play Tower. Are they going to just play an Ornament here? I have 7 mana next turn, but no red source. And there's Mountain. Nice. So let's go Mountain. Let's go 3, 6 mana, and then 7 mana, play Boarding Party, and then I can still play Packmate this turn as well. So I'm going to be putting the pressure on here. I can't deal with their mana base, especially if they Tron up next turn, or if they start like Stonehorn Dignitary flickering, but at least I have a turn 4 Boarding Party here. Into Sprawl. Is there any reason to Sprawl here? No. It's just Sprawl name red. I can play another Boarding Party next turn, so if they don't have exactly what they need, I might be able to just kill them next turn. They need to have fogs here, and they need to play them, which also slows them down. I mean, if they Tron up next turn, it could definitely be a problem. If they go like Tron, play Bonder's Ornament, get more colored sources into play, keep fogging, it's going to be bad for us. But, I mean, we're hitting for 9 here, and we can present lethal next turn pretty easily. So maybe we just aggro out a Tron deck here? That's the hope. This Arbor Elf Wild Growth Utopia Sprawl mana base is just really powerful. It's fast. It's kind of like we have some of the strengths of JUND, but we're much faster and more consistent. Wow, they're going Impulse. This is actually kind of bad because they probably, if they find or have Moment's Peace, they can play it next turn. Which, yeah, that's bad for me, but I already have lethal on board basically here. I guess I bring in Ancient Grudge and Pyroblast. That's it. Right, they just Tron up, they go Mole Drifter. If that's their line, I think they're dead. Yeah, they're like, oh shit, if I do that, I think I lose. They might have to go for Prism here. Yep. This is a good sign for us. I mean, maybe they have Fog, but yeah, let's play land. 4, 5, 6 mana, Boarding Party. I want another creature with haste to present lethal here. Lightning Bolt you. We're just going all out aggro. And again, I'm assuming they have Fog. Just gonna send with everything except Elf. They Moment's Peace, or do they die? They have to have it. I guess they can Teachings for Moment's Peace and cast it. Okay. Yep, this is the problem. So I can bolt them down to 5. They can also flashback Moment's Peace next turn and likely Teachings for another Moment's Peace. So it's going to be a while until I can kill them. But I still have them on the ropes. I mean, I'm still presenting lethal every turn. This is where the Munvoli Asimoses are actually good. In so many matchups, they're just not actually good. Right, they're going Mole Drifter. I could just bolt this right now because if they go to flicker it, they're not going to have enough mana to Moment's Peace. I don't know if there's any reason to. I'm just going to not do that right now. I'll just save the bolt, maybe break up a flicker later. Let's just sprawl here. Name red. 5, 6, 7 mana. It's just Dino. I can always untap this land to bolt. Visionary. Draw. There's Arbor, sure. It's just attack. They have to flashback Moment's Peace. Now next turn, I think they can Teachings for Moment's Peace again from the yard. Again, I could kill the Mole Drifter right now. I guess they could Pulse of Marasa it. I think I'm just gonna wait again. Because if they like have to flicker this to find like an answer at some point, then I can go to bolt to try to break up the loop, the flicker loop. Mnemonic Wall. Oh, didn't Rova Horror? Oh no. Flashback Teachings, get Moment's Peace. Yep. They have Bog, sure. They can attack for 2. They don't. They have to discard a Pyroblast main deck, okay. Right. Most people are not playing the main deck Pyroblast anymore, but it's totally reasonable. Could not attack with Visionary as well, but whatever, I'll just attack with it. They're just gonna Moment's Peace. Okay, they do. I'm not gonna play this other Arbor Elf, I don't think. Just Wild Growth here. Again, I could always bolt this Mole Drifter while they're tapped out. It might even unlock Pulse-less for them though, so I'm just not going to. Bonder's Ornament would be a good draw for us. They attack for 2, it's fine. Do they have Mnemonic Wall? They do for Moment's Peace. Need another bolt to break this up. If they have any way to flicker this, I'm in trouble. Attack here, keep all of our mana. Ghostly Flicker these two? They have to Moment's Peace first. Alright, they Moment's Peace. If they go for Ghostly Flicker end step, I will bolt the Mole Drifter. Because I don't want them to just draw a bunch of cards here. They're gonna just, but they are gonna do this, okay. So they can get back Ghostly Flicker. So they can infinitely get back Moment's Peace now. So they kind of have the lock, I think. I think I'm just dead. Just gonna try to play super fast and get up on time because that deck is super hard to pilot. I basically just don't want to use any time. Yep. Because they have to keep doing this every turn. Wait, what is this? Crop rotation? Okay. Wait, they have Ghostly Flicker in the yard? Oh yeah, they actually cannot do this indefinitely. They don't have an infinite loop. They need 2 Mnemonic Walls. So if they find another wall, then they can get back Ghostly Flicker and then start flickering both. They have another ghost. Oh, they have just flashback Moment's Peace. Okay, that's good for me. So they have 2 Moment's Peace in exile now. So they could be out of ways to fog here. Meanwhile, we're just drawing lands, but it's not the end of the world. Pulse-less. Again, even if I lose this game, I do want to just get up on time here. Okay, they can attack. Maybe I shouldn't be attacking with Dino to not let them attack. Oh, Rolling Thunder for lethal? So they would have had lethal even if I left back a blocker here. They have enough mana. They have for 17, 18, 19. So yeah, they got me. They had the Rolling Thunder in hand. I just needed them to not have that. GG. All right. Pyroblasts coming in. Ancient Grudge coming in. And I think Pulse coming out. Yeah, as you saw there, they don't really kill your stuff. They just kind of fog you. What else is not good? I mean, Bolt, I guess. I don't really need Bolt. I just need to rely on my Pyroblasts and Ancient Grudge for disruption rather than Bolt. Calming Verse, Penumbra Spider, Weather, don't do anything. Let's just run it. Let's go. Let's go game 2. We got this. We'll just have a better aggro draw this time. Remember, our draw game 1 wasn't even that good. It was like a turn 3 pack mate, and we kept a 1-lander. And we got there eventually, but our draw wasn't like that insane. It wasn't like a turn 3 boarding party or turn 3 dino or anything. Also, let's get this Crusher going, shall we? All right, let's go game 2. All right, game 2 against Flickertron. We're on the play. I'll keep. I think I'm just supposed to keep hands like this. I have a Pyroblast, which is nice. Imagine having a Pyroblast last game and we were able to like Pyroblast a Teachings or something when they needed it to resolve. That would have been nice. I'm just going to lead Wild Growth. We do need to draw another land, but if I draw land next turn, it's so good for me. Land. 19 out of 53, 7 drop. Okay. I think I just go Sprawl Name Red rather than Foretell Wolf. Maybe I wasn't supposed to keep this, but I feel like I was. Still slowly progressing my mana here. I could Foretell Double Wolf, but I think casting one is just better. Bonder's not bad. We needed a Bonder's last game, that's for sure. All right, 2 Tron lands into Bonders. All right, let's go Sprawl here, name Red. 4 mana. Bonders into Foretell. Hackmate. Go. Not bad. 4, 5, 6 mana. So next turn, if I draw a land, I can start dinoing. I also do have this Pyroblast, which is nice. And they just Nat Tron on turn 4. Nice. Well, it's going to be rough for us. I mean, this is certainly a bad matchup with the way we have the deck built. We're hoping to face like the other mid-range decks and not face Flickertron. So, unfortunate, but I wonder if I should have left up Pyroblast rather than Foretelling, but I don't think so. I mean, they just literally went Nat Tron. I could have played around that. But I honestly think Foretelling Packmate is better. If I draw an untapped land, I'm just going to jam Dino. Teachings right now? Evoke Moldrifter? That's interesting. They might have a Pulsa Marasa in hand. They just want to draw the cards. God, when Flickertron is functioning like that, it's just so powerful. When you Tron up. Also, it's not that I hate the white border 8th edition, but mixing with the non-white border, mixing in between the two, I don't like it. Alright, it's just Dino. Okay, okay. Dino into Grudge. They're down to 1 colored source now. I have a flashback Grudge available, potentially. They do still have Tron, and there's an island. Did Rover Horror target my land? Yeah, that's going to be bad. I think we are going to lose to that. All right, let's go attack. They go for the double block, they get blown out here. This is good for me. I have a chance. Kind of doing it. They have 6 cards in hand and they still have a bunch of mana. I do still have Grudge in the yard. But we dealt with the Denrova Horror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can draw a card with Ornament here. I mean, Fog isn't even like that insane. Wow, we might just get him. I think I'll wait to draw a card with Bonder's Ornament because if I draw specifically Pyroblast, are they going to go Teachings here? I think I'll draw now. I can tap like this, and then if I draw again Pyroblast, I can have the red mana available. Okay, I don't, so Maybe this was wrong because now I don't have Ancient Grudge up, but whatever. Pulse Marasa, get back Dinrova Horror. Oh, with this was naming black. This one's naming green. So they can go Pulse into Dinrover next turn. Which is pretty good. They have a Bonders, but we have a Grudge for that. Whoa, they did not go for Pulse into this. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I mean, it's interesting. I can just go for Wild Growth into Dino right now. I think that's the play. 4, 5, 6, 7. Separate these out because of horror. Let's just go Dino. I played Dino first because I could have hit a boarding party there. Exclude, okay. So they're gonna Pulse to survive. Get back horror, and then they're gonna bounce what? Bounce my Dino and kill it. So that is actually pretty bad for me. And they have Weather the Storm, jeez. Alright, well we're super dead now. We get to literally go Dinrover Horror, kill my Dino. But then I get to grudge their Bonders Ornament and start drawing cards with mine. I mean, it's still going to be rough here, especially if they can flicker Dinrover Horror at all. It's funny how, like, when you have one card in hand and you have to discard a card, Magic Online still makes you choose when there's no other options. They're going to get back Pulse here. Just, yeah, this matchup's without land destruction, it's just not really winnable, I don't think. Let's grudge this. Draw. All right, I'm off it. GG's. Good match, good match. Got bested by Flickertron. I mean, the deck, the way I have it built, again, is supposed to die to Flickertron, but we're supposed to be better against everything else. Obviously, if I had Thermal Karst and Munvoliasimos, it'd be better in that matchup, but we would be much worse against stuff like Burn and Stompy. Like, imagine having Munvoliasimos in your deck in round 1 against Stompy. That makes you much worse off than having like 4 Bolt, 4 Packmate, 4 Llanowar Visionary. So it's like a trade-off on kind of like what you're expecting and yeah, kind of what you're expecting to face. And usually there's not that much Tron in the Flickertron in the leagues, so I do like this build for the leagues. I think you can do pretty well with it, and just sometimes you run into Flickertron, and it's not like we didn't have a chance that game, but it was pretty rough for us, as you saw. They were able to lock us out fairly easily, and man, if you haven't been playing Pauper in the leagues, this is brutal. There's a player or multiple players out there, and they're win trading against themselves, so they have multiple accounts, and then they just queue up with one account, and then they just, when they get paired with that account, they see if it's paired to their other account, because they'll get the match like is ready on both accounts at the same time. And then if it is against themselves, they accept the match. And if it's not, they decline the match. And they just keep doing this. And they have it in some way where they gain a little bit of value over time by getting the prizes, by like forfeiting. If one league is like, let's say 3-0, they try to get paired against their other account that's like 0-2. They just keep pairing until they finally get paired, and then they just like basically sacrifice a loss on the 0-2 account and then get a win on the 3-0 account, and they profit that way. But as you can see, they're just not getting paired against themselves, and it's so frustrating. So Magic Online really needs to do something to eliminate this. All you need to do is, if I get paired in the queue and I like say decline the match, like it says match found, and then it says like either like accept, say ready, or cancel. If I cancel, okay, maybe one time it's fine. But if I cancel a second time, there should be like a timer that comes up and says, you've canceled twice. You cannot join for 5 minutes. That would stop it because then it would be so long before you just can't keep rejecting it. That's what League of Legends does. If you're queuing up and you're trying to play a League of Legends game, whatever, everyone's choosing their champions, and then you go, "Oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna dodge. I want to get out." If you dodge and fuck up the game for everyone else, you have to wait like 5 to 10 minutes or whatever it is. So it's like a punishment for you. We'll see if we get into a game here. But yeah, whoever's been win trading, it sucks. I just like sometimes wait here for 20 minutes, keep getting paired, and then keep getting rejected. Okay, we got paired against Merc, so that's sweet. But yeah, win trading sucks. So this is another trophy race kind of Pauper grinder, Merc. They're a really nice opponent as well. Zero land, snap mole. But long story short, do not win trade. Don't do it. It sucks. I'm not promoting it. I am anti-win trading. Our draws that we've kept were also pretty sketchy. I'm going to snap keep this though. I think I'm putting back Pulsar. I know I'm putting that back a lot and it looks like it's been a bad card in this league, but I think it's pretty decent overall. Okay, we're against the Menace. Oh yeah, Merc usually does play this. All right, let's sprawl name red. We're just going to have to try to basically race here with hopefully a quick boarding party somehow. They always seem to lead Trailblazer when I'm playing all these Bolt decks. Okay, so I can go Forest, Sprawl here, and Visionary. So now I can turn 3 Boarding Party, which may or may not be good enough, depending on what happens. They're not doing anything too crazy yet. Okay, that's a good draw for them. So they have a 3/7 first strike 4/8 first strike vigilance, which definitely stops my boarding party. So I'm in trouble. We have some sideboard for this matchup though. We have Destroy All Enchantments for 0 mana. Turn 3 boarding party and we're gonna lose? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, pass. I have a lot of mana here. I have a bunch of chump blockers. Benevolent Blessing named Green. That's my guess. Yep, pro green. I think I have to build up a big enough board to just like Alpha Strike and kill them, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Sagery Step named Red. Sagery Step is an interesting one. It's a pretty sweet one. Pro green, pro red. Okay, I'm taking 5. They're gonna go like mutagenic growth here or something? No? Deathblade, sure. Packmate. Packmate's actually interesting. Let's go play land. I have 3, 6, 7 mana total. 8 mana. I can even play both of these by tapping my Visionaries, leave up Bolt. It's kind of obvious what I have at that point, but I think I'm supposed to do it. I again need to just get as big of a board as I can. All right, now what I can do is I can go like this, leave up Bolt for like an aura on this, and then I can try to chump with Boarding Party and then pulse it back on my next turn and cast it. It's the line at least. They might give this pro red again, and then in which case there's nothing I can do, but cat is fine. I guess when they go to combat, I have to bolt the Deathblade because they can just provoke on my boarding party and then use the ability to get through. And I don't want that to happen. They could have Emerge Unscathed as their last card, but I think I'll have to bolt this and then chump here. And then I can pulse this back. So I'm kind of doing it as far as like what I need to do to be able to win, but I'm still a ways off of actually getting there. All right, so now I go, I guess I just tap like this. It doesn't really matter. Let's pulse this back. I'm gonna cast the boarding party right now. Harbor Elf. Okay, not ideal. So I don't have attacks. All I have is a 5/9, and I just like can't do anything. Classic mono white. I guess I have a 5/9 first strike vigilance pro green. So that's a little bit better than just a 5/9. Lifelink. 6/10 lifelink pro green. I think that'll do me in. I'll just take here. Again, I think I'm dead. I won't concede yet because there's no real reason to not keep playing, but I wonder if their last card is maybe just planes. Hyena Umbra, sure. Like now, I don't think I have any outs. Maybe Ulamog's Crusher could do something, but I don't think so. Alright, I'll go to 1. I can try to chump next turn. Bonders. There's Dino that I can't cast yet. I'll try to chump here. Any protection from color spell gets them out of it. Okay. They got us. We got caught by the menace there. Our draw wasn't bad. Calming Verse is great. I think Cannonade is actually fine. I don't know if I need it, but they do get a lot of like 1/1s. Maybe I just want to go no Cannonade. I usually bring it in here, but I could try without. Basically just try to draw Calming Verse. I mean, I can board out triple pulse. Just do this, because Cannonade does kill a lot of my own stuff. There's got to be one card that's worse than Cannonade. Maybe like one of the Visionaries. I think this is probably how I should board. I don't think I want Penumbra Spider. Definitely don't want Pulse. They're not really killing my stuff that much. It's kind of awkward. I don't want Blow Your House Down, Ancient Grudge, Pyroblast, Weather. Let's go. The Menace will just get you sometimes. Snap, keep this hand. This hand is actually good. They mulligan to 6. That's Justice. I guess they could have Gut Shot for this, and then I get punished, but so be it. Trailblazer. Okay, so now I go Forest. Sprawl here named Red. So now I can just cast Packmate. I can cast Bondage Ornament into Foretell Packmate. And those are my options, basically. I feel like casting Packmate is best. Just get my 3/3 down. If they aren't able to give that Vigilance, I can start beating down, which is certainly relevant. Okay, well, they immediately give it Vigilance. Are they on a 1-land draw? Okay, they are. There's a boarding party. Let's go. Turn 2 Packmate, turn 3 boarding party. This is insane. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I get to attack with both here. They just block here, take 6, I assume. Okay. This is like the best draw we can have. Turn 2, cast Packmate. Turn 3, cast Boarding Party. They have a 4/8 Vigilance, so they're kind of stopping us still, but wow, 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 wow. 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Let's just lead 6, 7, 8, 9. Just play Ash Barrens, play Boarding Party. Why don't I just start by playing this Arbor Elf? Sure. So if I attack with all, they eat a Boarding Party, take 9. They go to 5. And then I might be able to just kill them next turn. I think I do that. Because they're only on 1 land. So if they have to like play another creature. Yeah, I think this is worth. I could have waited 1 more turn, but I think this is the line. I don't want to let the game go on too long. I want to try to end it. So I can try to present lethal here. If they have a lifelink or something, I'm going to die, but I can beat a lot of things here, especially since they're only on 1 land. That's annoying. That's another blocker. Now they can survive, but they go to 1 though. So I take... Oh, Calming Verse, let's go. So now Calming Verse just kind of kills them. So let me read this again, because I've messed it up before. Destroy all enchantments you don't control. Then if you control any untapped land, destroy all enchantments you control. So I want to tap all my lands, Calming Verse. I know it's annoying that they know about it, but is what it is. Destroy all their enchantments. They can still eat a Boarding Party, but it's still kind of rough for them here. Maybe I wasn't even supposed to do that. I obviously was supposed to play Sprawl first. I kind of messed up on that. That I admit. Sprawl name red. So if I attack with all, they go eat Boarding Party, chump Packmate, go to 1. And that's the only way they survive this turn. Do I want to play my Bonder's Ornament though? And let them go to 2? I don't think so. They do get to eat this, but they're going to 1, and they have... Oh, they're eating this? Why would they do it like that? That doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm still presenting 4 lethal creatures. They have 1 mana and 1 creature. They drew a second land. No lifelink 1 time. I mean, our draw was literally the nut here. It's not going to get better than this. Got him. Beat the medicine game 2. Let's go game 3. I like our sideboard plan. Pulse just doesn't seem good. Let's just get like a turn 3 Crusher or something. That would be so sick. Love this card. I started playing like at FNM and stuff in Rise of Eldrazi when Crusher came out, and I just drafted so many Crusher decks at the time. Just so many overgrown battlements and Crushers. It was so fun. Remains one of my favorite formats, favorite draft formats, and favorite sets of all time. It's just jam. Drafted a lot of sweet Vent Sentinel decks as well. Look up that card if you don't know it, Vent Sentinel. This is a sketchy keep, honestly. I'm not sure if I should. I'm on the draw. They kept 7. They thought about it for a second. I wonder. I mean, I don't have a Calming Verse, but I have turn 1 Wild Growth. If I don't draw any land in the top 2, then I just have turn 2 Wild Growth. But then after that, I can function. I can start playing more spells. I think I'm just going to keep. If I draw a land, this hand is actually very good. So I think for that reason, I want to keep Vault Scourge. Sure. Nice. It's not even like anywhere near guaranteed that I'm gonna win this game or even do well, but I still think I was supposed to keep. I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if they're on 1 land, considering that they thought for a second before keeping. The Menace just does not seem like a fun deck to play to me. I'm not interested in playing it really. All right, let's go land Sprawl here. And then I have the choice of either Bonder's Ornament or Foretell Packmate. So if I Bonders, I go 3, 4, 5, up to 6 potential mana next turn. If I Foretell Packmate, it's not even as good, I don't think. It's just Bonders. I'm going to pass without F6ing because they might be scared of like a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I'm just going to try to not F6 here and just like make it look like I could have Lightning Bolt to like bolt this. All right, well, they know I probably don't. They probably have Emerge Unscathed or like Benevolent Blessing here as well. Just going to need to get up to these dinos and hope they can do something. So they made a 4/4 first strike flying lifelink. Sure. So 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Actually, I think I'm supposed to go Visionary because then that way I guaranteed Dino next turn. So let's do it. I can also foretell this Packmate. All right, I'm in trouble, but I can start Dinoing next turn. So if they can't go huge on this Vault Scourge, I could be okay. They need to be able to give it 1 more power to be able to get through these dinos. They're just hitting for 4. Yeah, I have a chance. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I'm just slamming a dino. Just go Wild Growth into dino. Calming Verse? Oh, Cannonade? Ugh. The worst Cannonade. Just trade maybe their Warrior for my Llanowar. Just not going to cast. That sucks. That's one reason why it's not good to board in. I mean, I'm going to try to block the Vault Scourge. I know they could pump it, but I obviously need to try to block it. They might just go Benevolent Blessing, name green here. Lifelink. 5/5 first strike. I think I'm going to take. I need to try to draw or cascade into Calming Verse, I think. I could block to try to buy myself a turn, but I think I'm supposed to take. Because I kind of need to just draw Calming Verse here. Double Karametra's Blessing for lethal. Okay. Classic. Classic Menace. Damn. Let's see what we'd have cascaded into. So we draw 4s per turn, and we cast Dino. Oh, that just made it feel so much worse. So if I had gone Chump, then I would have gone Dino into Calming Verse, blow up these enchantments, then they're just literally left with like a 1/1 Vault Scourge, and I have Dino in play. I mean, obviously, I needed to hit that. But my reasoning for not chumping was okay, I need to hit Calming Verse anyway. They most likely don't have lethal unless they literally have double blessing. I was thinking that in my head. Most likely they can't kill me. So, oh, let me GG's. Um, so uh, I was like thinking I'm not going to die. So I need to hit verse anyway to have a chance. And then if I do, I'll win. Especially then I'll have a quicker clock because I'll have second dino in play. So that's why I didn't chump. But got immediately punished. So 2-0 into 2-2 is brutal, but let's try to win the last one and at least get one QP and uh, one treasure chest here. So I'll see you in round 5. All right, welcome to round 5. We're against Bon Voyage, which is actually a pretty funny name. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. It's 2 lands, Bonder's Ornament, but then 7-drop, 7-drop, 6-drop, and a bolt. It's just a little too clunky. I think we can do better. Well, gotta go to 5. This just doesn't function. We have turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 nothing. All right, this we can keep. Let's put back Dino. We either put back 1 Bonders, we could put back a land. Because then if our Bonders gets countered, we have a second one. I weirdly like that. I could also just put back Ash Barrens, as funny as that is. So I don't have to play it. I think keeping both Bonders is actually better again, because if I go turn 1 Arbor, I want to be able to just slam Bonders, and if they're a counterspell deck. Oh, they're Bogles? Okay. This is going to be interesting. Don't love this matchup, to be honest. We don't really have that much hate. We have the 2 sideboard cards. I wish we had more of them at this point. Okay, they make a 3/3 first strike. Lightning Bolt doesn't do anything. Let's just go Bonders and pass. Next turn we can play another Bonders. Oh no, they play Armadillo Cloak. Well, we're gonna lose that for sure. 6/6 first strike trample hexproof. Classic, just like it's the same as the Menace. I don't know if we have any outs at this point. So I just don't know if we can really deal with this. And any enchantment they draw, this gets bigger and bigger. I'm just ready to go to the second game and draw Calming Verse in games 2 and 3, and then just win. Ancestral Mask. 4 mana. Oh, Rancor into Ancestral Mask. Okay, that was some fun magic there. Calming Verse comes in. Cannonades actually come in this matchup. Pulse comes out, and Visionary comes out. I think I do want Crusher. Yeah, I don't think I want Weather the Storm or Penumbra Spider, really. I could board out like a Packmate over a Visionary, because Visionary makes mana and draws a card. Maybe I was supposed to board like this before. I'll try it. I'll keep in the bolts here. I could board out one of the bolts over a Packmate, but I like having access to the bolts. No red source. No Calming Verse. I think this is a mulligan. Oh, how brutal. Not like this. Not like this. 2-0 into 0-3, please. They mulligan to 6. Okay. We're going to 5. Okay. There's a calming verse. Let's go. I mean, this is exactly what we need in the matchup. Just gonna put back Boarding Party and Dino here, and this hand is actually good. This is about as good as a 5 as we're gonna get. Just gonna sprawl name green. Turn to Visionary. I want to wait as long as possible on this calling verse if I can. We'll see what they do. I mean, it is nice if I can fire this off early, but yeah, waiting is definitely good. Turn to Visionary. I mean, this is, like I said, a great 5. I could not ask for better. Just anytime we see this card, it's just going to be great. I've seen even red-green Ponza decks with like 4 Calming Verse in the sideboard, and I see why. Against Bogles, against Mono White Heroic, it's just the card you always want to draw. I would go up on this card after this league. I'm going to put some more in the sideboard after this. Wow, are they going to play like a Ledgewalker here? They're going to get Forest or Plains? Plains. Definitely not going to fire off Calming Verse. Could fire off Arbor Elf plus Foretell Packmate. Gets me more mana, but I could also just cast Packmate. Because then I could hit a Forest. Let's do it. Okay. Cannonade. Cannonade's not actually bad. Even if I have to kill my own Visionary, I might be able to nab something. Okay, they don't even have a creature. Interesting. Now I think I like attack with both. Just play Packmate. Just gonna like aggro them out here. If they just don't play a creature, they're just gonna die. They must have kept a hand speculatively and being like, well, if I draw a creature, this hand's good, but don't really want to keep those hands in Bogles. Okay, they have a Boggle. But I do have a Calming Burst plus a Cannonade. Armor. So I get to just kind of blow them out here. Let's see. I'm wondering if I even go for Calming Verse here. I feel like yes, I do. But then I don't get to leave up Cannonade for future auras, which could get me. Is there any way to wait one turn and then leave up Cannonade plus Calming Verse? Go Calming Verse into Cannonade and kill their Boggle as well? Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I'm 1 mana short of playing Calming Verse and Cannonade. They're at 15. Yeah, I mean, they could always just play like another Ancestral Mask. I guess I could just beat that if that's the case. Yeah, why don't I just go Cycle Ash Barrens? I'm just not going to Cannonade here. I'm just going to play Calming Verse this turn. I think it is good enough. Play Forest. Play Sprawl, name Red. Tap out. Play Calming Verse. And then just attack with everything. Now they have to have like Armadillo Cloak exactly, basically. Another Ancestral Mask would be decent. Okay, well this doesn't do it. They have 0 cards left, so they're just dead. Oh, they're literally dead. Nice. Calming Verse, it's all you need. That was an insane 5. Okay. Let's beat this Boggle. I was going to say Boggle Menace, but Mono White is the real menace. But yeah, let's beat this Boggle Menace. Let's see. Ancient Grudge. Do I want the Packmate? Grudge just doesn't have any targets, right? I wonder if against Mono White if I should have this. I mean, they probably only have like 2 Vault Scourge, so no. Let's run it. We also did not show Cannonade, which is nice. Okay. Snapkeep, this is a turn 2 Cannonade. They kept 7 as well. They don't always make something 3 toughness on turn 2, though. I mean, oh, Calming Verse, let's go. Let's fucking go. Gonna name red here. I mean, drawing 2 of our 4 sideboard cards. So massive. Ledgewalker, let's go. I could just Cannonade right now, but I don't even think I need to, honestly. I'm just gonna pass the turn quickly, act like I don't have anything, but leave up Cannonade here. And then if they go for an enchantment, then I'll Cannonade in response. Rancor? Abundant Growth? Sure. Sprawl resolves. I still do have this Calming Verse. They just attack for 2. Can just take. Cycle. Get Mountain. Untap. This kind of foretells what I'm going to do by not casting it, but I'm just still going to do it. I don't care. I don't know if there's much they can actually do. They could have Dispel, but I don't think they'd even bring that in this matchup. So I'm just going to hold up Cannonade and not allow them to do anything here. If they want to go for an enchantment, I'll take my 2 for 1. Otherwise, I can take 2 at least 1 more turn. Yeah. Because now I can start playing a Packmate. Bolt. Bolt is actually fine. Maybe it can speed up my clock by a turn. Doesn't do that much, but yeah, they can't commit any auras here. I don't think they have any way to regenerate or anything. They don't really have any instants. Again, I don't think they're bringing in Dispel to maybe counter a Cannonade. So they're going to go Rancor or something here. Just Sprawl, sure. They have 2 cards left. They can attack for 1 with Ledgewalker. I'll just let that happen. I'm just, again, taking it super slow here. Just going to keep holding up Cannonade. Wild Growth. Don't hate it. I think I'll attack for 3. I can't play another, I can't hard cast another Packmate, but I can go Wild Growth into Foretell Packmate, which I'm going to do. Separate these out just for actual mana reasons for like, this turn. I don't need to like stack them all up, honestly. They should know that I have Cannonade at this point, but can they stop it? That I don't know. Maybe it's greedy of me to wait this long, but it seems like they're in a pretty bad spot, honestly. I don't care about taking 2 again, so I'm happy to just keep waiting. Boarding party? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Let's just cast Packmate. Eventually, I'm just going to boarding party and kill them if they never want to commit. I guess I can just play this Ash Barrens and then play out a Visionary. And if I have to candidate, I have to candidate. It's fine. Let's attack. I'm taking this game ultra slow, but I think it's correct. Yeah, they could draw Dispel, but I don't think they have that. So I'm not playing around it. I could also just tap this to play this. I guess that's better. Like, they 100% should know that I have Cannonade, but can they do anything? That I don't know. I also have Calming Verse still, so. Could even let this resolve, but I think I just go for Cannonade now. And they can go creature plus enchantment or something, but then I have Calming Verse. Ledgewalker plus Ancestral Mask. It's fine. Let's go. That's why I was taking it so slow, because I knew I had the Calming Verse here. And then I just attack for 6. I guess I should have probably just double bolted them that turn. And I kind of just misplayed there, but I should be fine. I don't know if there's anything they can do. I guess if they drew Ancestral Mask right there, that may have been lethal, but I could have played Boarding Party, but I have bolts here. It doesn't matter. Yep, just drew 2 of my sideboard cards. Got the win versus Bogles. Okay. So we ended up 3-2. We lost to the Menace and we lost to Flickertron. We beat everything else. The deck honestly felt good. I liked where it was at. I would caution you about playing this deck for any type of challenge, but then if you want to play this deck, you can always just, trim a Visionary, trim the Crusher, trim a Pulse, and 1 more card, and play like 4 Manvoli Moss, and then call it a day. I don't know if you want to play Thermokarst as well. You can, but I don't really like it when you have that much land destruction. Like, I have this deck built as well with Thermokarst and Acid Moss. This actually has no Visionaries. I think this is incorrect. This is an old deck. Haven't played it for a long time. But I like this version better in general, especially in the leagues. And yeah, it felt great. I mean, we 3-2'd. Not like a fantastic result, right? But we lost to Flickertron. It's the best deck. We beat Bogles. We lost to Mono White Heroic. Let's do this. Let's work on the deck. What changes would I make? I'd add at least 1 Calming Verse. I think our Fey matchup is already reasonable. We could also just not have Blow Your House Down and kind of ignore the Defenders matchup. Because it's not that popular. And even with Blow Your House Down, are we still going to lose that matchup? Honestly, probably. So I could just ignore this and just say Defenders we lose against, Tron we lose against, and then everything else we have a good chance to beat. I don't hate doing that. I could even do like something crazy. Could even go 4 Calling Verse or triple Weather the Storm for burn, or even go up to 3 Cannonade or 4 Pyroblast. Whatever you feel like. Could also go down to 1 Spider because the Fey matchup is already reasonable, especially boarding in Pyroblasts and Cannonades. So I'm not really sure, but I honestly kind of do like having quad Calling Verse. This card just seemed so strong, and you face the Menace pretty often, and just having this card in that matchup seems like exactly what you want for this deck specifically. It seems like the best answer against Mono White Menace for this like red-green kind of mid-rangey deck. Just being able to blow up all of their enchantments and none of yours, because you can't play Tranquility because you don't want to blow up your own enchantments. It actually is relevant. So this just saying blow up all the opponent's enchantments is pretty sick. This card is sweet. I like it. Never got to cast. We never got to cast the Crusher, huh? That kind of sucks. I wanted to crush, but still 3-2 the league. It was fun. Had a good time. My channel is youtube.com/snapbolt. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe and like this video if you like the content. Thanks so much. Peace.